Good evening, Randomania 2, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans. What do we have in store for you tonight? Welcome to Lich's Low Limit Table. We have DVS versus Wildham versus Caleb versus Ragnarok 784. Joining me in the booth tonight is Magus. Magus, how are you tonight?
I'm holding up. Glad to be off of work because having to be outside most of the day, and I don't know about most of you guys, but it was hot as all heck.
Yeah, it was pretty warm here where I'm at too, but it's about to get even hotter because look at what we got on DVS's side. He's bringing the black belt rainbow party. The other runners have looks like they chose the same party, fighter red, red, black. How do you feel about that, Magus?
I think it'll be an interesting thing. DVS is bringing the black belt because honestly, black belt definitely in a field like this with what's known. It's the safe gamble. You know you're going to try to finish. You know you're going to want to finish. And it's good enough that I would say that you'll either get it the first if you're really lucky, but you're trying to not get in last with the black belt, which is going to help it the most.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that sentiment. It's definitely a solid choice. You're not going to have to dig up any, you're not going to be held to a crutch if you don't find Mazamoon because you got that black belt. He punches hard.
Not only that, I do believe we have Blurst on, right?
We do have Blurst equipment on tonight.
For those that don't know, Blurst equipment is essentially blessed and cursed equipment. Basically, it goes from 1 to 5 or...
Oh, and here we go. We're getting our first look at the magic.
Oh, and some weapons too. Ooh, Life 2 and Fade early on. Wow!
Fade not red mage learnable. That is huge. That is huge. DVS took the white mage, so he gets that Fade. The other runners don't.
And we immediately see a swap on Ragnarok's side.
I like this play by Ragnarok. He's re-rolling to my favorite, the white mage. Oh, is he going triple white? Do it,
have
Rag.
Fade level... No, black mates on that one. Ooh, copper bracelets didn't roll that bad, but still, and wooden normal for 1 gold. It's a weapon if you need it. But to finish, go ahead.
We got some cabins. It looks like too. I didn't see how. Did you see how expensive they were, Magus?
I did not, sadly.
Maybe we'll get to see it on Rag's side because he's going to the item shop a little bit later.
But to finish explaining what Blurst means, essentially, think of it like D&D. When you have +1, -1, weapons, it goes from +1 to 5 and -1 to 5. And essentially it gives bonuses to things that we already found the canal on DVS's side.
Yep, that is good. There will be no, much to Caleb's chagrin, there will be no cheeky marsh dive tonight.
With Wildham taking down Garland and now going to check with that use of a cabin, which is a very good play on that one. I know he has done an amazing job for being a newer runner to the game.
Yep, because bones have damage poison. That's nice. Caleb gets a first look at Garland here.
And DVS, I think, took a wipe, but still, I like the plays that our runners have made, to actually compensate so far. The herb on the on Caleb's side, along with the tail, which is actually kind of good.
I think I made a mistake when I was calling this earlier. It looks like that one of Caleb's eggs is a white mage. I did not notice that.
Neither did I, but I definitely give the advantage to Ragnarok, Caleb, and DVS for actually packing a white mage, and Wildham sadly would be at a slight disadvantage because of that, with Fade being so early. However, don't count them out.
Caleb is the first in his boat. He's gonna head on over. Looks like he's headed to Provoca to maybe visit Bicky and his pirate friends.
Too true, too true. I don't know about you, Dwight, but every time I'm sailing the ship, I always try to come up with words for that. Heal 2, Cure 2, and Fear as some of the good white magic spells. And as black magic goes, ooh, Warp, Quad X, and Temper! And Lit 2 as well, but that is a stacked level 2.
Yeah, level 2 black magic really showed up in this seed. It's tough that you can't get that lit 2 on everybody, but those other spells are just so good.
I mean, ooh, is that a Rapier +3?
Yes, it is, and your fighter can swing that for a little while at the low price of 11 gold. Looks like Caleb's gonna throw one on his red mage as well.
Yep, I believe they're even used in the vanilla game, as I remember seeing part of the run recently, not the solo fighter RNG manipulation run on RPG Limit Break during their questing for glory side tail thing. So yeah, rapiers are used. They are good.
DVS picked up some copper rings +2. Copper bracelet, excuse me, +2. So that'll give him a little bit of early absorb. That +2 on that blurst actually gives 4 extra absorb to that copper Cheerio. So that's actually pretty good. And that's one of the nice things I love about blurst, is that it makes equipment that you normally wouldn't purchase kind of worth it sometimes.
Also, heal pots rolling a 51 isn't that bad. Cabins are not that bad in price, but as a positive, tents rolled cheaper, as did houses.
Vicky has the slab, which doesn't help us immediately, but will come in handy later, maybe.
If that early canal with the slab, we can immediately turn that in if we would like. Also, I do believe we also have the flag for the auto sort, if I recall correctly, for the beta test.
Yep, auto sort inventory is on, meaning the heal pots and tents, cabins, and houses will be sorted up. Wildham stopping by to pick up chain armor +5. That's a house.
Chain armor +5. Got it's 15 absorb normally, -15 evade. So in this case, it's +20 absorb, which is very good, despite losing some evade.
Yep, very, very strong. That amount of absorb at this point in the game is extremely good.
And ooh, ribbon -1 in Matoya's cave.
Yeah, I think Rag is the only person that has checked that. I didn't see anyone else go up there. The tracker can correct me if I'm wrong there, but that could be a huge boon for Ragnarok if they have to dive in early Earth Cave with progression, possibly.
I hate to interrupt you. We found Nuke in Melmon, slot 1, and Lit 3, slot 4, alongside Exit, I believe it's slot 1 for the white magic, and I forget what else was there, but, those are the 3 that stand out to me.
Looks like Wildham is going to go pop in a tent right there in case Matoya has nothing. So that way he could do a little reset warp if he doesn't find anything he likes. However, I think he's going to not reset out of Matoya's once he gets there.
Also, Siren is putting out in chat for that. Chest armor gets ×2 bonus/penalty. So it's 25 apparently.
Yep, Siren is correcting us in chat. They are right.
And Caleb, to giving the drug deal in a sense. Okay, Rod. Also, Cure 3 and Harm 4 in the White Magic shop for level 3. I missed Black Magic on that one though. But we'll be able to see it real quick. Fire, Ice 2. Brack and Bane and Ice 3.
Cure 4 at level 4 in Elfland. Ragnarok just paying out dividends, just rolling those white mages. White magic is stacked.
Yep, Fire 3, Fire 2, Brack, and Blind in the Black Magic shop. but you are right. White magic early game is stacked. We even missed wall there. This is a stacked party for every runner that's got a white mage.
Finding that Nuke and Melman is going to let Wildham catch up with his lack of white magic, so I think that's going to be okay. But definitely, white mage is definitely the strat for this seed.
Yep, with Ragnarok re-rolling to get those double white mages, this is going to help them out a lot. And Caleb with a dwarf check, money, and a cabin.
Hooray! Hooray!
And apparently we got... Oh, TNT. It looked like Rod real quick, but T to the cube.
TNT to the cube, so the cube is required, so it's not a bad find, not exactly the canoe or floater you were looking for, but it'll do.
I mean, trading TNT for a GameCube, and I think you get the worst end of the deal as far as pricing goes, but considering it's a fancy, technological marvel, I think the Warriors come out ahead.
So where will we see our runners go? It looks like Caleb is probably heading toward Crescent Lake. Get that check out of the way. We do have the early sages on, so it's not a bad play.
Wait, sorry to interrupt you. Exit, heal 3, and cure... No, it was not cure 4. It was exit, heal 3, and I missed what the last one was in level 5 magic. But yeah, white magic is stacked, and so is black magic at level 5. And DVS picking up their GameCube right now.
And yep, it looks like Caleb was sailing away over to Crescent Lake to pick up... Ooh, DVS talking to the Hooray Dwarf as well. Like that. Like to see that.
So them reset out. I hope they did remember to save before resetting out on that one. I'm pretty sure they still have their cubes, so that's a good thing.
Ragnarok is heading to go get his GameCube. We will see if he gives us the Hooray Dwarf.
Let's see, while Caleb is checking out, something silver's nothing that good, cloth, nothing that good. For weapons, we have a large -2. Not that good. Oh yeah, Invis 2 was also at level 5 level 5 white magic.
Lock 2 at level 6 black? It's not bad. It's not bad. The lock fixes are on, so it'll always hit.
And the crystal!
Fetch away. Fetch away, runners. Fetch away.
I mean,
ooh, I like Caleb warping out of Crescent Lake a little bit faster than walking all the way back around. Nice to see the veteran move.
Yep, too true. So I guess the sages are basically sending a gift to Matoya, because one of them's probably got a crush on her.
I think Caleb is probably just gonna sail right on back to the inner sea and turn that crystal in. And he'll be rewarded too for not checking Matoya's because, well, he didn't pick up that ribbon. So it looks like that early Matoya's check that could have been huge for Ragnarok and Wildham is not going to be that big of a deal because they're going to have to go back there anyway.
Yep, and DVS checking the Earth Cave. Probably at the very least the top floors, and we'll also see a Hall of Giants tile check. And Wildham picking up their GameCube.
This is a good check by DVS. He brought that black belt, so he's got to go and try to find a good grind tile. If he finds, 3 eyes, because these encounter tiles are shuffled, so he could find 3 eyes or manticores or something and get some quick levels here. We might not see the other runners check this because they're probably not looking to grind, but
and not that good of a tile shot as Imps and Grimps and Images.
there is another trap tile that DVS might check in this top room if he wants to go grab a couple boxes as well. We might see him do that as well.
I think we probably will. I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, Sky might be in our future. The chime.
Definitely. Considering Sky is required, there is an actual incentivized location in there, and we have access to it completely. I can see runners going to check that immediately. If not immediately, sooner than later.
Having access to Fade, too, at level 1 means while we are low levels at the current moment, Fade can knock some fiends down really quickly. We have access to cheap save items, so we can, you know, get in there, crack a couple levels, exit out, save, and then do your full clear too as well. Might see that happen as well.
I did not see whether or not DVS checked the top floor on that one, but I know where they're going, and they're doing something smart here. They're skipping all the chests and immediately going to check the vampire item.
This is huge. If nobody else has gone to the Earth Cave to check this yet. If this has the canoe, DVS could be in a huge good position that other people might not want to look for because they might not want to go back there until they find the rod.
I do know that a lot of people have the tendency to want to skip Earth Cave at all and don't like to double dip it. Trust me, I've seen a lot of runners where, and a lot of top runners too, lose a lot of time due to that. And it looks like Wildham picking up some EXPDLs.
Ragnarok went and grabbed his chime, and we'll see where he will be interested to see where he decides to go next. He's the person that has 2 white mages and double fade, so we might see him make that early sky play. The question in chat about Caleb's eggs, yes, those are reskin mages. So the top egg is a red mage, the one below that is a white mage, and the bottom egg is a black mage. One of the many things the randomizer allows you to do is customize your character sprites. So you'll see quite a few runners from time to time play with customized character sprites.
They don't affect anything major, but as a positive, one of the other nice features is the randomizer can also turn off those flashes and other stuff for anybody that is sensitive to that one. And I highly recommend, people checking it out. And Gold Bracelet 5. No, Gold Bracelet -5. Yeah, it rolled high too in pricing.
We probably won't be seeing many runners pick the, with it losing 10 absorb, that's a huge hit on that bracelet. I think a silver 2 would be better.
More than likely on that one.
Ooh, Ragnarok is up by Cardia Islands. Maybe he is going to Scott, or is he headed to Onrak?
Onrak.
Might be seeing if the vendor item is over there, possibly.
More than likely on that one. We've seen everything else. We don't have access to the caravan yet, which is the last location we could check for vendor items. But if this will at least know if the vendor item is located in Onrak, and we'll also be able to see what the level 7 spells are if Ragnarok decides to check them.
We're going to get our first look at the vampire here on DVS's screen in the top left. I don't imagine the vampire is long for this world.
See Fade, 214. It goes down. We have a bottle.
So yeah, the early Earth dip doesn't look like it's going to pay off for DVS, but I think he grabbed Warp, so it'll be a quick one. He can get right back out. So.
Yep, and they are our first runner to have checked Earth. As a positive note, they will have the bottle, so if Onrak or Sky leads to anything major, they will have advantage of being able to check that bottle.
That is true.
Oh, and this is pointing out -5 to gold makes a silver bracelet better even without any bonuses.
I do not believe Onrat contained the vendor item. So Caleb will moonwalk over to the inn, save and leave, and Ragnarok is going sky, sky, sky. That's probably a really good play.
I did not see, because I was getting a drink of water at the time. So, Sky it is then.
I think it's probably... Is it our only option at this point? I don't think we could go to any other incentive location other than Earth, which DVS checked, and we know progression's not there.
If we had loose items, which we don't sadly, I would say there's one other dungeon, and that's the Unspeakable Dungeon. You know which one it is, I know which one it is, chat knows which one it is, as do all of our runners. Oh, our tracker is pointing out something. The vendor item wasn't on rack. It was the rod.
Okay, all right. So this still doesn't change. Based on our commentator knowledge, that you need to go to Sky to get progression. So I would imagine the runners would probably just find the canoe in this box.
More than likely, or
a fetch item that leads to the canoe, right? They could find the adamant that leads to the canoe or something like that.
Adamant or Oxyale.
Ooh, you are correct. They could find the Oxyale and have it be in Mermaids. Yep.
Or the crown leading to the others, or the crown to Oxyale to Mermaids, or take your pick on that one. Personally, I'm hoping that it's literally like the longest fetch quest possible out of it.
I think I'd like to see the crown make them sail all the way back to Astos, and they have to dock at Elfland because they can't use the canoe dock. Then Astos gives them the Oxale, and then they have to go all the way up to Onrak to get the canoe. That would be great.
Nah, I got one better for you. The adamant in the actual sea shrine to have to go back to get the canoe.
Ah, that's good. Good work, mages. We're just commentating, cursing them. Hopefully, that's what happens.
Yep. And looks like Wildham and Caleb are deciding to actually dip Earth. Now, luckily, Ragnarok won't be penalized by skipping Earth for now, since it's just the bottle in there.
Yeah, Caleb found the rod in Onrak and said, you know what, that's good enough for me. I'm going to the Earth Cave, foregoing an early trip to Sky. We know that's not going to pay off for him, and Rag is probably going to get paid for whatever he finds in Sky here. And he has the tools. He's got the 2 white mages with the Fade, really showing that advantage. He's got plenty of heals, plenty of life 2s. He might even be able to full clear this because he has the cube.
I mean, having to enter in there just to get that, item anyway, I could definitely see it. And as... I'll a quick check if later than less than, lots of money, that pro-K, -4, more money, and a silver hammer, I believe.
I really like Ragnarok's ability, just taking a hot second right there, less than a second he menus so fast, just to equip that, because even though it's -4, it can't go to less than 1 absorb. The Blurst equipment, even if it's cursed, will always at least give 1 absorb. So 1 absorb is better than 0.
Which is why Ribbon -5 is still good. And Ragnarok, exiting out / warping out once they got that pro cape and finished checking greater than less than to be able to heal up before going back in.
Yeah, I really like that on Ragnarok's screen there, because that allowed him to just use charges willy-nilly, get some experience, check some chests, get some extra equipment, exit back out, save, come back in, and he lost very little progress, and then he could, make his run up to that incentive chest and maybe even to Tiamat, because he does have Brack too, I believe, right?
I believe so, although did reset out because trying to grab a blue D, is worth of experience. While on Wildcamp's side, just found a trap tile with 3 worms, which is it's a tile. You could try for it and maybe pick up like a handful of levels. It's nothing to write home about, but it's still there that can help. I do not believe Wildcamp has the rod yet, but I could be wrong.
I think you're correct. I don't think Wildham sailed up to Onrak to go check that vendor item. To be honest, I think that was a really intelligent play by both Caleb and Rag to do that. I would have not thought to check Onrak for that vendor item.
I mean, it is out of the way, but I know both Ragnarok and Caleb do like to check incentivized locations before dungeon diving. And considering the type of seeds we have, and the types of flags within this, lower limit, tables, it's worth checking Onrak because of the whole fact of that it's the last vendor item, so you get the last location for possible vendor item, and you know that there's going to be a guaranteed item in Earth, so it's personal preference on that one, whether or not you want the info or just immediately dive the dungeon. And in this case, it is worth checking Onrak on that one.
Yeah, I do want to mention, it isn't the last location that could have the vendor item. The vendor item could have been in the caravan, or it could have been in Gaia.
That is very true.
But it's such a quick check up to the boat that, I mean, it was worth it. And we're going to have Caleb. He's going after Lich.
It's already there. Let's see. Swing. Missed what he's going for. Fast. Looks like Lich is hitting light tonight. Fade coming out, 284 or 239, and Lich rolled low on HP.
Yeah, very low. I think you might have been able to quad X him.
284, yeah, he was quad Xable. Because that's below 300, and quad X, aka power word kill, 300 or lower HP immediately kills.
Rag is checking boxes in Sky too.
I mean, you're here, might as well. Copper bracelet 5, that's decent enough. Silver, knife on that one. Wear -4,
That it looks like a copper 2 actually.
The blurriness every now and then, because of multiple restream, but still. And looks like Wildham playing to the crowd. We got a Tyro fight.
Some juicy, delicious steak.
And sadly, DVS takes a wipe. But Ragnarok is on the snowflake floor, the asterisk floor, whatever you want to call it. Just about to go check the thing. Ooh, finding an eye, too.
Yep, gonna poke out an eye here for some quick experience, and Caleb is already just full pedal on the gas up at Sky.
Yep, and finding a Tyro 2, looks like he's going for it. And the Ruby! Nice! Nice!
The Ruby actually opens up 2 incentive checks. It'll open up Titan's Tunnel and Sarda.
Very, very true.
And this will be really nice for Rag too, because it looks like Rag is going to go all the way up to the Bridge of Destiny, and he's going to try to take on Tiamat, and I definitely think that he can do it. It's not going to be, we're going to need Tia to play a little nice, but I think Rag has the tools. And then he's going to get to route his trip to the Earth Cave and turn in that Ruby all right into one, whereas Caleb is going to have to backtrack a little bit to go back over there.
True. I missed what Ragnarok got out of those chests, because I did see them go to the menu, the actual armor menu on that one. Heal, Iron Staff, and some more money. Probably gonna warp back. Yep, going to go check the other area. I don't think they checked anything on the Asterisk floor, but finding some red Hydras, that's, we'll probably take the fight here, and because of having so many sources of life too. And they're going down to a fade, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, or it looks like our runners are gonna high five up at Sky. Everybody party in the Sky Palace.
And even then, the fighters go down fast as well.
Normally in these flag sets, I really am opposed to opening chests. But what Ragnarok is really doing, it looks like opening chests, but he's actually grinding. He's just taking every fight. All these fights are worth tons of experience. And he's saying, I'm going to get all my levels, I'm going to go fight Tiamat, and I'm just going to be great for the rest of the game. Pretty smart.
Also, get those blessed RNGs in chat, because Ragnarok is on their way to the Bridge of Destiny.
Oh no, airs with frost.
Ouch. I might add, I don't think Ragnarok checked the rest of the Asterix floor, so we are still waiting for information on that.
That floor is so hard to route, I can't really blame him for skipping those. We don't have any loose items, so it's not like your requirement to open boxes.
I mean, unless you really want good weapons, but sadly no war mech yet.
There's still time. A war mech at sub 30 minutes? Oh, I was hoping.
But the Red Hydra's still good on that one. Especially since they're going down to a single fade, which means, you know, you will get some decent stuff. And Ragnarok already at level 17.
I like this play by Ragnarok. Just level 17, all those fades, all those heal spells. As long as Tia doesn't have blaze into thunder into damage poison, he should be alright.
Let's see, opting for a fade, a wall, and going for the brack on that one for the Black Mage swing. 70 something damage, wall up without a knife, fade, 100 chains, ice 2 coming out from Tia as her first spell. Not that bad. Does brack hit? Ineffective.
Fire Tia playing nice Tia so far. Fire 2.
Brack comes out again. We have broken into pieces. So Ragnarok at about 30 minutes, 34 seconds, lights their first orb of Tiamat.
Yeah, that's showing off. Ragnarok really showing off the power of that Brack, walking over to his airship that isn't there. I do that all the time when I sail up there.
I mean, it's one of those things you really, you know, have to remember that one. And Caleb just picked up their ruby.
Yep. It's just awesome. These runners are so. This might be the low limit table, but don't let that trick you. These are all veteran runners. They've ran so many seeds, and that muscle memory to go to just sprint right back to that airship. It's awesome to see.
Looks like Wildham is actually going to check the Asterix floor.
And Caleb is noping out of those boxes. He wants nothing to do with any of those chests.
Dealing with the airs with frost. It's a cold night out with those airs, I guess.
And they get 2 of Caleb's Light Warriors, but he looks like he's probably going to be able to get away. No. Oh, no, they have Sleep and Glare. Oh, these airs are nasty. And Squint. Oh, no. Caleb got away.
Yep, and on Wildham's side, picking up their ruby as well. Luckily for Caleb, managing to pick up that early ribbon, allowing them to survive.
Oh, Warmack didn't even need to get the blessed RNGs. Oh, but he runs away.
Sadly on that one. And looks like Ragnarok is buying some spells probably before turning in that ruby.
Yep, having access to exit and things like that's always nice, but can't really blame Caleb. With the levels that Caleb is running right now, a Warmack fight's probably not in the cards.
And according to our tracker, Rag also has the rod. And ooh, second Warmack.
Ghouls have Death Touch over on Ragnarok's side.
Ew. I think we're going to see a second orb play immediately after this from Ragnarok. But repeating the Titan, much.
Most definitely. Even if I like that play, dipping out and then walking over to the Titan's chests, so that way Ragnarok can cast Warp and get back to the entrance to go to the thing, and it's a required loot. All right, Sarda, give us the Oxale. Come on.
Sadly, no one brought a thief, because there was a katana in that Titan's trove. And blink and you miss it, and Caleb just got done Tiamat. We were so interested in seeing what Titan's trove held that we missed a Tia fight.
Yeah, and just like that, like lightning, Caleb's out of there. Caleb's level 18 as well, so he made it out of there with a few levels despite checking very few chests.
And ooh, adamant. And on DBS's side, we have the highest EXP overworld encounter in the T-Rex. Blue Steak.
I did not know the T-Rex was the highest overworld EXP encounter. That is good to know, though.
I learned that, if I recall correctly, from Fizzleby. From Lord Fizzleby last time he actually called an actual race with me.
So what's Ragnarok gonna do? Is he gonna dip Earth, or is he gonna go try to turn in that adamant?
I think at minimum probably gonna stop by Melmond, and I was gonna say I'd probably go and heal, but you're a little bit closer to Earth, so I can see dipping the adamant.
Well, we definitely won't see Caleb go to Earth because he already went there.
Yep. And much.
Looks like Sky is giving DBS just a little bit of trouble. He's got his black mage
Oh
at the
god.
top. Maybe he's trying to grind? Is he gonna grind in Sky, maybe?
No, but so the blacksmith made a crown out of the adamant.
And because they don't have the canoe, they actually have to sail down. They can't walk.
I mean, if extended open progression was one, there would be a certain tile that would let them actually go there.
Yep, there would also be a dock on the Ryugan Desert, but that flag is not on tonight. So it looks like Ragnarok's gonna head back over, and he is going to dip the Earth Cave, find his bottle, run into a couple speed bumps, and then he'll be on his way to go to Northwest Castle, in all likelihood. Meanwhile, we have DBS and Wildham. They're not far behind Caleb and Ragnarok in Sky. Getting their stuff. Ooh, Wildham is level 20 and on the Bridge of Destiny. That is interesting.
So having to deal with the heirs, Rag entering Earth, going to make their way down to the vampire and pick up their bottle. Caleb having their adamant will probably go turn it in, while DVS is still in Sky, and Wildham is on the Bridge of Destiny. Actually, looks like they are deciding to grind here. So Ragnarok and Earth, gonna go through the vampires. Sadly, we don't have NPC Guillotine on, so those bats are still gonna be there. So let's see where Caleb goes.
decided to turn the crown in?
More than likely. Oh, I see what DVS is doing. Finding that early that early T-Rex, and putting the knowledge that that is, a stupid amount of EXP, using that plus the red maids to be able to grind out amazing levels fast. And Wildham on the Tiamat fight, while Ragnarok picking up their bottle.
Was that T-Rex off the power cycle?
I will. Yeah. That is insane. Also, Blinking Emission and Wildham just got their first store blitz. I mean, I have seen a lot of runners, in fact, I think Seasonator, during the spring tournament so far, actually did something similar to that with a black belt. And our tracker is saying the canoe from Astos. So Caleb is the first runner to have the canoe. And let's see those other chests that everybody skipped down in Earth. Just a lot of money. But that T-Rex is down, so more experience to DVS.
DVS's gamble here is that Temple of Fiends is hard. If Temple of Fiends is hard, the black belt is the equalizer for sure.
Ew.
Those T-Rexes are tough.
They are a little bit tough, but at the same point, that's why they're keeping up the red maids, because it's got Cure 4.
And life too, to pick up your other folks so you can dive back on in.
And seriousness in chat, we have not found any good endgame weapons. No, wait, scratch that. We found a katana that was blessed in the Titan's Trove, but no one brought a thief. Also, Wildham turning in their Ruby. Munch. And, of course, Ragnarok at the speed bump.
It's an actual speed bump.
Yup. And what was even funnier is I called Rag's last thing where the speed bump ended up fighting back in the form of Lich 2.
Also, the randomizer can allow you to customize your enemy sprites as well. These are just purely cosmetic. They don't affect the game or the randomization or battle or anything like that in any way. They're just purely for fun.
Also, Wildham picking up their loot.
I saw 6 hits come out from that black belt where it almost got the one punch.
Yep, and Wildham picking up their adamant. Although DVS is having to take a little bit of time here, the nicest thing is that legitimately they will be able to skip everything. They don't need chests, they don't need anything else like that. They have 1 ribbon, they have life 2. They just need to keep that black belt alive. And Rag picking up their canoe as well. It looks like DVS is almost into that territory of where you can just... Oh god. That red mage is going down. It's sad, but when you've got all that experience to 1 actual light warrior, this is going to speed that up big time.
Absolutely. It's gonna be that, what level is on that black belt right now?
I did not notice. Wildham just got their crown. Let's see, around 400 HP. I can't tell you, but 6 hits, basically 2 rounding it. 25.
Yeah, we're gonna see that go up real fast. Down on the bottom right there. Where is Rag going? Is he headed up to ice? Looks like it.
And DVS, realizing they switched encounter zones, so we need to walk back up there. Finally realizing it, so we'll be continuing that T-Rex grind.
Caleb looks like to have a little bit of a foot lead on Ragnarok, but Wildham is trailing behind as well, not too far, maybe a couple of minutes behind.
Also, it looked like DVS is around 27 or 8 now. And the nicest thing is, considering all of our runners have warp, this will help them out. And there's the floater in its vanilla location. Is this even randomized? Which, yes, I know is a meme now for everybody.
So it looks like Caleb will be the first in the air, but Ragnarok will not be far behind. And I think Wildham and maybe stopping in Elfland to do a little bit of shopping. But he'll be trailing his way over there as well.
At present, TVS is in the run round for those T-Rexes. Wow, Ragnarok just picks up their floater.
Dangwu, our awesome restreamer in chat, pointing out something I did not notice. DVS might run out of saves before he can hit 32.
Very true, but also is at the point where they can start one rounding, so they could gamble it. And they have some healing items, so level 30, it's not the worst, but at the same point, it's not the best either. But they'll definitely pick up that 32 along the way.
Oh, for sure. The DVS will definitely 32. Oh, putting in some use on that dock right there. I like that.
I think a lot of runners forget that that dock is right near Provoca.
Caleb is in the sky here, and he's picking up some pro rings, it looks like. Maybe a couple silver bracelets +1. They're not too bad.
Very true. And as you can see, DVS going to pick up some stuff right now. We have Wildham in Ordeals, Caleb, Gaia, and Ragnarok in Crescent Lake.
Looks like Wildham decided he was going to go up to Ordeals before Ice. So he will be a little missing out on that floater for a little while, but it might pay. Depending on what we find in Ordeals, it could pay off.
I missed what was at level 7, but I did notice at least harm in the top slot. So while every runner is doing the stuff, I guess I'll state the don't forget to follow our runners. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, please remember to drop a follow for them. If you enjoy watching the randomizer, please check out FinalFantasyRandomizer.com as well as the community Discord. We have an amazing duckling program, and I'm pretty sure, Dwight, you want to talk about that one?
The Duckling program is great. Pretty soon we're gonna have an event called the Duckling Derby, and that's coming up here fairly quickly. I don't know the exact date, but it's coming up fairly quickly. And in addition, we do weekly async races too that you can run on your own time and just submit a time. Ooh, the fairy has the black shirt +5. That's gonna be excellent armor because we know we're gonna get promotion because we already have the tail. There's also many other things going on. Pickup races all the time. The Discord, the Final Fantasy randomizer community is awesome. There's great programs to teach newer runners how to play, and just a lot of randoing going on.
Let's see, in the chest we have the Opal Bracelet. However, it's an Opal Bracelet plus 5.
That's a lot of absorb on a mage.
Very, very true. DVS taking down another another T-Rex. Level 30. Not much as far as endgame weapons go, so... Ooh, a Fane giving the key. Simultaneous pickup of the key from Caleb and Rag.
Yeah, Caleb and Rag have been kind of, for the most part, following each other around this whole seed. So I think with that key pickup, that leaves us an Oxale short of the go mode.
I believe so. It looks like Caleb is going to go promote right now.
Wildham, meanwhile, sailing over to Onrak. I don't think he bought the rod earlier, so he'll find that. And he has the canoe, so he has access to waterfall as well.
Very true.
Gurmedusas have thunder. I don't believe our other runners saw that on the other side there.
That will be fun in Topher. Caleb, going back and picking up the light from that light. While he was in the waterfall and Rag is in ordeals.
Caleb is just like pedal to the metal. Carrie, you're going down.
Finally pick up the ruby. I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to keep that this time. Sadly, I still don't think we've seen any good endgame weapons runners.
I mean, if Topher plays nice, enough stack of tempers, you can get there with the Sun Sword, or equivalent. I'm not sure what the fighters are swinging. There's been so much going on with all these screens and all the cool stuff that's going on. I haven't gotten a great look at the runner's equipment list at the current moment. Wildham finds the Thor Hammer +2 from the robot in Waterfall, so it was a bust.
Not necessarily. The Thor Hammer is the highest damage hammer in White Mage can equip it, although not having a White Mage is a thing. But having access to a knight means that it can be technically used as an endgame weapon if needed. Although I'm not positive if there's something better or not, but it can be used as long as needed.
Opal armor +5 was also in one of the chests in the waterfall. It's a nice stack of absorb. Caleb is going to give us a look at the incentive chest in the volcano. If this is the Oxale, this is huge. He won't have to go anywhere else. He'll know.
And commentator's blessing. It's the Oxyel. Caleb, at 52 minutes, and let's just call it 50 seconds, is now in go mode.
Yeah, and he has the nice advantage. He's not going to get a chance to get that Opal bracelet +5, but I don't think he's going to need it. I think he's gonna go mode the rest of the seed.
I mean, you have 2 casters with life 2, so you should be good. Oh, I'm wrong. 3 casters with life 2.
Oh yeah. I don't. Yeah, Life 2 was night learnable. It was Fade that wasn't night learnable.
Nope. I believe it was slot 2. I don't remember permission-wise. Does Red Wizard get that once promoted?
No, slot two at level 1 is Harm, is the vanilla Harm slot, and the Red Wizard doesn't get it.
And we have a skip fight for DPS, starting from fast, swinging for 8 hits for 42 damage. Fade comes out, 142. Flash finally coming out, that the Black coming out, effective. This fight's gonna be over the next hit, as long as that Black belt does not go down. Punch, 18 hits.
Alright, DVS lights his first orb in Sky, and is going to be headed down to... Well, the world's kind of his oyster at this moment. He can go wherever he'd like to. Caleb.
Caleb will be heading towards Kraken. I'm gonna be picking up their photos soon. No, I'll check real quick.
So Caleb nuking down some Gersharks. He might need to do that to grab a couple levels, because I haven't been able to see what level he's at. You probably see the runners with these flags and these scalings probably look to be right around level 23, 24-ish, somewhere in there. It's where I usually feel safe. You could go at 22, depending on the access to the resources as well. Wildham, meanwhile, is gonna maybe open some boxes in the ice cave, but we know that this is the play that he needs to make, because that contains the floater, which it greatly increases exploration abilities onto the overworld.
Very true. DVS picking up their loot. Did not see if they had actually gotten the adamant from Zardia yet or not.
Caleb on the Sharknado floor gets an unrunnable lobster standing in his way.
Yep. I still do not know what they are swinging, but opting to skip Sharknado itself.
Caleb has been very vocal that with this flag sets that he doesn't like opening very many boxes, and as shown by his routing choices tonight.
Also, Wildham picking up their floater. And Ragnarok getting their bad news of the Thor hammer being at Waterfall.
We bag on the Thor hammer a little bit, you know, but if it's found in very early in a seed, it can be quite useful, but finding it when you're looking for go mode is never a nice feeling.
I mean, it depends. Either, a lot of our runners do not have an endgame weapon. At least, I haven't seen like a Massa, X-Cal, Defense Sword, or anything else major. I don't know if we have a Sun or a worst case Ice Sword or not, so it is going to depend on things. Also, DVS picking up their crown, so they'll be able to get to Canoe really soon.
The Volcano play that Caleb made is huge. Choosing to just fly over to Volcano after picking up that floater means he doesn't have to go to Waterfall, he doesn't have to go to Ardeals. Other runners are checking those places looking for the oxale. That's absolutely huge.
Yep, and we got a Kraken 1 fight, going for some fade. 287 damage, ink coming out, so free turn. Swinging that fighter, 4 hits, 47 damage, nuke coming out. You can see the damage, nuke coming out, 280 damage, swing. Going to try some Quad X, and some temper on that. No, let's see, swinging, 3 hits, 27 damage, Quad X coming out. Ineffective. Fast coming out on that knight. Damn, is that damage poison?
That is damage poison.
Also, Fade coming out for 200 damage. Kraken rolled high, if I recall, on the health tonight. Opting for some nuke, opting for some more Fade. Nuke coming out from that red mage. 78 damage, another ink. Also, TVS picking up their canoe. Fade coming out, 155 damage. Attempting the Quad X again. Erased. Caleb tells Kraken to please go away now, and Kraken follows his orders. Gotta love those power words.
And I think that's orb number 4 for Caleb. So he's gonna head in the Temple of Fiends before the hour mark.
Yes, he is.
He's gonna try to land in the forest next to there first, though.
And let's see, gets interrupted before going in. So let's see, walking to the magic orb, doing that, saying nothing, and 1 hour 3 seconds. Call it 1 hour 2 seconds. Caleb is into Topher.
Seerness in chat, wanting Caleb to check out the Topher chests. As much as I want that too, I don't think that's going to happen.
I mean, the seed was kind of easy, but at the same point, Caleb's hoping to not have any of the fighters go down. Oh god. Wildham just found an endgame weapon.
Oh, the Mazmoon -1, and he found it in Volcano.
This could be huge for Wildham, namely as both Caleb and Ragnarok don't have an endgame weapon. DVS has got a powered up black belt, so that is a thing. It looks like DVS is opting to just go clear out the volcano, and Wildham found Aegis Shield.
These are all great pickups, but the advantage that Caleb has, being in Topher at the hour mark and being so far ahead, he could wipe twice and go get levels before his one of his opponents is actually entering the Temple of Fiends.
I think we're going to see, once Caleb dot duns, if they dot done sooner than every other runner, we're going to see a mad dash and starting to see people skip everything. And Wildham picks up their Oxyale. Except for the floater, they are in go mode. In fact, if they want to, they are in go mode right now, minus the floater. Oh,
Correct.
wait, I forgot. The key.
The key is in Lefane. The floater is required for this seed.
You are right. I almost forgot that one. And Caleb running into the
7 Gurmadeuces with Thunder. I don't think he saw that before.
He did not, sadly. Wow, Wildham, Blink,
So
you miss it, just took down Kraken, Carry 1, and lights their second orb.
I am wrong. That is not a wipe. I forgot. Caleb has life on his knight too, so he gets to res all of his light warriors.
That is true. And we're at the Lich 2 fight. Let's see, going for some nuke. Let's see, going for some harm 4. Hit the fasting that knight up. 4 hits, 8 damage. Stopping the knight, stunning it. Stopping the Red Mace, harm 4 coming out, 142, paralyzed on that one. For some harm 4 again, and going for some Duke. Duke coming out, 202 damage, and Lich 2 goes down.
DVS on the top left picks up his Oxale, so that's pretty good.
Just needs to pick up that rod and the floater, and they'll be good to go. Also, Ragnarok picks up their Oxio, and they are now officially in go mode. And Caleb fighting some Agamas because they're unrunnable, of course. Also, we have a carry fight on DVS's side. This should go down real fast on that one. So let's see. And we're into the carry 2 fight. Let's see. Going for some. So let's see. Swing with a fighter. 4 hits, 182 damage. Fast coming out. What did that fighter? Bane coming out.
Ooh. Egg 2, can you do this? I believe in you, Egg 2.
Yeah, apparently. Blink, can you miss it?
Is that fighter swinging a cat claw?
I do not know. Also, Wild Hand picking up their key, so they are now in go mode.
Ragnarok in go mode as well, flying over to Onrak, full speed ahead to take down Kraken.
And we're at the Kraken 2 fight. Let's see. Going for some Fade, going for some Nuke. Fade on Kraken 2. 81 damage. Lich 2 coming out for Kraken on the whole party. Fasting up that Knight. Knight swing, 7 hits, 70 damage. Nuke coming out to over 200 damage. Going with some Nuke, going for some Fade. Opting for... Oh! Kraken 2 as Nuke!
And high absorb 7 hits for 7 damage. He needs some stacks of temper on that Knight.
And Swirl!
Oh no, Cat Claw comes out. 8 hits, 8 damage. No good. Caleb needs to fade this down. Oh, he's Cure 4 on the Knight. Nuclear!
Nuclear! 7 hits, 7 damage. And
Caleb just says
takes
no
the
and
wipe.
resets out.
Wow, this is going to be a crazy thing. Caleb actually opting to check a few chests now, while DVS picks up their floater. So they are a slab turn away from the key, and just needed to pick up the rod for go mode. Tail pick up for Wildham, while Ragnarok is going to go and check. It is going on the Kraken. They're going for the Kraken fight. Still opting to check chests. A little bit of money. A lot of money. Seeing a Cardi Island play on Caleb's side. I do not remember if or not we actually saw anything good there.
Caleb is heading to the Earth Cave. Maybe he's gonna open some boxes looking for a weapon.
Checking dwarves, you mean? And yeah, it's the highest chest dense location near him. It makes sense. Giant axe. Couldn't see that one. House. Money. More money. Flames. That was flame armor, I believe, or was the flame sword? It was a flame sword.
I feel good because I recognized that he was swinging a cat claw earlier.
Trying to see if he's got a better weapon in that one. I could not see. Giant axe. Couldn't see that one either. You keeping it or? Yeah, flame sword +2. So we'll see on that one. And woo! Hey Dwight, did you see what Ragnarok just found?
Yeah, the Sun Sword +1. I mean, it'll do. It'll do.
Oh no, you missed what else he picked up in the same room. Defense sword.
Ooh, that is a huge pickup.
I did not see if or if not it was higher or not, but either way, having access to the Sun Sword, that'll help. That'll help. It's no Massa -1, but it is still a good weapon.
And Caleb's saying that flame sword's good enough for me. And heading right back down. Unrunnable bad man. He resets.
So about an hour and 9 minutes, Caleb makes their second dive into Topher.
Can he get past Kraken, the gatekeeper? He's gonna have to just come out and put the hurt on the Kraken, because nuke into swirl into nuclear is rough.
Yes, it is. And Wildham making their way to Kraken 1 as well as Rag on that one. DVS picking up their Black Sword +5, which is actually going to be useful with popping that on a Black Mage.
Yep, same absorb as a gold bracelet, but some time resistance, as well as the +10 to being blurst as well.
Apparently, DVS has not checked on Rag yet, maybe, as not having the rod, but they'll have it soon enough.
Wildham going through Sea Shrine at blistering speeds, almost down to the Kraken floor already.
I mean, they have the Master Moon -1. They have an endgame weapon. They can skip everything.
I absolutely agree. If Kraken gives Caleb the business again, we could see Wildham come from behind and catch up. Level 23 too. Oof, he's looking good on levels. I like it. Got ourselves a race.
And DVS picking up their rod. They still haven't checked. No, they have the floater. So yeah. Checking here for the key. As we know, sadly, it is not going to be here. So we might see DVS reset out. Also, Ragnarok getting to their Ultras Kraken fight. Duke coming out for over 100 damage, I think like 150. Ink coming out from Kraken. Invis 2 coming out. Ragnarok actually respecting Kraken 1. Invis 2 coming out again, so that's 3 stocks of Invis, swinging 4 hits. I could not see the amount of damage.
Gurmaduce is cosplaying as AC/DC tonight and giving Caleb the thunder.
Also, both Wildham and Ragnarok are on their Kraken 1 fights at the same time. So which of them will get it down first? Brack coming out for Wildham. Brack coming out for Wildham. Inefficient on that one. Fired. Bid coming out on Ragnarok's side. And Litz 2 for Caleb. Harm 4. Harm 4 takes down Litz 2. And Ragnarok's the first one to get their Kraken fight done. So they will be the second person to have 4 orbs lit.
And Ragnarok has that Sun Sword. He might say good enough for me. Right to Topher. He might go.
And Wildham lights their 3rd orb as well.
Wildham not too far behind. Does have to make a trip to the Earth Cave, but he'll make quick work of that.
And ooh, I forgot. Carry 2 had Bane.
Oh no, is Wildham going up mermaids? We haven't seen mermaids yet, have we?
I do believe we have not.
I guess the only incentive item left is the white shirt.
Yes, which is why I think 2 hour runners are checking that one, and Caleb being managing to get away from that seafood party platter. Also, Rag also remembering to pick up Life 2 on that night.
Yep, veteran move by Rag there, making sure to go back and get those life charges on that night. You never know when you're going to need them. Especially when he finds the Gurmaduces.
And Caleb is on their Kraken 2 fight again.
He needs to fare better this time than last time.
Let's go Kraken. Not a lot of damage there. Fade coming out. Like only 90 some. The red mage goes down. Nuke coming out for 130 something. I think 133. Opting for some nuke. Fade coming out from that white mage. 130 some. Nuke coming out from that black mage. 1100 change. Here comes the swirl. Swing. Was that 140 or just 14?
It looked like 14 to me. That flame sword's not getting the job done. Let's hope these fades get it done. And they do. Terminated.
Let's go tier 2. Wildham is on their final dungeon, and Ragnarok opting to take out some worms. I did not see if they were unrunnable or not. No, opting to grind.
He's grinding. He must think it's an hour and 14. Maybe nobody's finished, and so he thinks it's hard.
Yep, Caleb's wings on tier 2. Could not see, fasting up that night. You coming out from that black mage. 150 damage. Opting to swing. Opting for a nuke from that red mage. Waiting and opting for a last nuke. Nuke coming out. 130 some damage. Nuke coming out for that red mage. 170.
Tia is punchy.
Don't you mean bitey? I mean, it's got so many heads.
I suppose so. Ink, that's a free round.
Also, as soon as is pointing out in chat, those worms being paper, this is a very good quick grind, and 7 hits into damage. Caleb takes down tier 2 and immediately gets into an Iron Gall fight.
And we're going to get our first look at Chaos.
Says hi, listens to the speech, is trying to switch around some stuff, making sure everybody's equipped properly.
Gonna see Maya go down a couple rows there, and at 1 hour, 16 minutes, and 20 seconds, we get our first look at Chaos.
Going for some Viz, going for some Fast, going for some Temper. Fast coming out, onto that Knight. Temper coming out, onto that Knight. Chaos hits for a bit of decent damage, and Viz coming out on that Knight, swinging with that sword. 8 hits, 87 damage.
Whew, we're gonna need some more Tempers.
Let's go Chaos! Let's go Chaos.
7 hits for 7 damage. Ouch.
And 122 from that Fade. Tempering up again. Opting for some heal 3, some more Tempers, some swings, and some more Tempers.
Whew. Our tracker's saying that there was a Vorpal in the validation chests.
Oh! Hey, now that actually will help Ragnarok out a lot. Caleb sadly did not check those.
He went looking to dwarves for his endgame weapon, and it was in front of him in Temple of Fiends the whole time.
I mean, I don't remember if Caleb is on Team Vorpal or Team Massa, but this is the type of thing where you just take what you can get.
Yeah, I'm a firm Team Massa guy, but if I don't have a Massa, I'll take a Vorpal.
Hey, I'm on Team whatever gets the job done. And considering how many charges of Temper you have, Vorpal will work out. Also, Fire 2 coming out from Chaos, Heal 3 coming out from that White Mage, pumping up the team.
that flame sword hit for 343 on Chaos as well. So looks like Caleb's getting some damage. Looks like Chaos is playing pretty nice. Kraken was the real boss of the seed.
Has wasted basically just pumped a lot of tempers onto that actual knight. In fact, there's another one too, swinging 7 hits, 700 HH damage, and Chaos is down for for Caleb.
Get your GGs out in chat for Caleb, our winner tonight.
Ragnarok at the first speed bump. Well, Wildham is just entering Topher right now.
Ooh, we're going to have a little bit of a foot race between Rag and Wildham. Caleb really showing off this game that a flame sword will get it done. You don't need Masa. You just need a sword and some tempers.
Don't forget fast. Are we going to try to get Caleb in here?
Yeah, it looks like he's in the broadcast waiting room waiting to come in.
See about pulling him in then.
Meanwhile, Ragnarok is on carry 2, and Bane coming out, taking down those white mages. I think he's got the ribbon, and Zap as well. I think he's got the ribbon on that red mage down there, that Terra Sprite. And joining us in the booth, we have Caleb, our winner tonight. GG's, Caleb.
Thank you. That was a lot of fun, and an experiment that didn't blow up in my face. So.
Do you want to know what was in the validation chests?
No. What did I miss?
Vorpal.
Oh, was it plus or minus or anything?
We did not see. Rag stopped to check and picked it up on that one. Also, Massa -1 was in the volcano. It was in the 5 chest room on the Agama floor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wanted to try something with the blurst flags, and I wanted to see if I could do this with just vendor gear. And I knew that if Silver Sword rolled up, I could make that an in-game weapon. Like if it was Silver Sword +5, and then failing that, I was hoping the Cat Claw had a positive modifier, and it did, because Silver Sword I think was -5. So I was like, I'll just see if I can make the Cat Claw work. This will be fun. And it didn't work. And then it was just looking and looking for an easy sword, and then I had 3 kind of weapons with Rune 4, Flame 2, and Great Axe 3, and they were all kind of about the same, but Flame Sword was enough to get it done. So it was a trip.
As a positive note, Ragnarok also did find the defense sword and the sun sword in the on the way to Kraken.
Yeah, I was afraid of Ragnarok because he's super good, and I figured if I was gonna beat him, I was gonna have to go nuts and not open any boxes if I could avoid it, because that's how you lose time in these flags. Going to boxes, opening boxes, and going to places you don't need to go to. So my strategy was to prioritize fiend dungeons over like waterfall, ice, and ordeals, and then so when I found the rod, I was like, do I want to go to Earth right away, or do I want to go to Sky? And I figured Earth could be a little bit easier, and it might get me the ruby, and then I'd be right there. But it ended up busting out with the bottle. But yeah, being able to skip waterfall and ordeals was pretty nice, and C incentive too. So
I mean, would you call the vampire tonight Dracula because he had the bottle next to him?
Hey, what he does in the shadows is his business.
I don't think Ragnarok has the Vorpal because it looks like he's swinging that Sun Sword, or at least maybe the defense. Maybe Vorpal wasn't in those chests. I'm not sure.
Hmm.
How about those Gurmaduses though? Wildham got thunderstruck. It looks like.
Those Gurmaduses, oh man, the first dive through, I think I had like a knight with 6 HP, and I got first turn run, and I was like, "This is it. This is the blessed dive, the patented Shadow Walker info dive, and I'm gonna get through because of that." And then Kraken had other ideas.
Also,
So
Ragnarok is now on Chaos as well, opting to
nice.
wall up some fast on that one. Temper. Uh, this is the type of thing where Chaos was a bit beefy tonight, but even still,
Your strategy really paid off, Caleb. Just prioritizing those fiend dungeons and opening as few chests as possible because you got to skip those locations too. So that was
Yeah.
pretty smart. I was going to ask you about that, but you already spit it out, so that's good.
Yeah, I was really grateful that Volcano had Oxyale because I didn't want to have to go dig around the northern continents looking for it. But I mean, the magic was good enough that like it supported my play, like early fast, early temper. I figured I could probably make any kind of sword work.
Tell me about why you brought the white mage tonight. Usually you've been a big fan of fighter, red mage, black mage. In fact, so much that I didn't when I saw your eggs, I didn't even think about it until I saw one of them cast fade, and I was like, "Did Caleb bring the game genie tonight?" I was like, "Nope, it's a white mage."
I'm telling you, I was afraid of Ragnarok, so I went safety strats with the fighter rainbow. Ragnarok is like super, super good, and I typically bring fighter red double black, which would have been okay in this seed, but that white mage was like, had I brought the fighter red double black, I probably would have re-rolled into rainbow 2 with the level 1 fade lock and life 2. So
we only had one reroll tonight, and that actually was Ragnarok rolling into 2 white mages, a fighter and a red mage.
yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, he didn't miss anything that I with the black magic, because once you got nuke, you didn't really need it.
GG's Ragnarok. He terminates chaos.
Hey, bring him in here. Let's talk to him.
I mean, this was the seed where it was just amazing on that one.
Hey, GG Ragnarok. This was a seed that I played out of fear and respect of you. I did a lot of things I don't normally do.
What'd you take?
Fighter Rainbow.
Oh,
And yeah, like had I brought my normal party, I probably would have reset into Fighter Rainbow with the white magic the way it was at level 1. But this seed, man, like my strategy, as I was telling Dwight and Magius, was don't go to like prioritize fiend dungeons and don't open any boxes. And I was gonna try to make it work with Cat Claw +2, and my first dive into Topher failed horribly at Kraken too, because he had like swirl into nuclear into nuke, and it was not good.
oh wow!
Yeah.
I didn't see any.
Yeah, and Carrie had first turn Bane, which was not good for my soul ribbon.
Yeah, first turn Bane, second turn Zap.
Oh, I got her down both times before I saw Zap, so there's that at least.
Yeah, I was
What-
lucky enough to have everybody survive. Well, I think the 2 white mages died, but having everybody with life too. Shocking.
So, what source did you end up with?
The Sun won, and
Mhm.
there was a Vorpal -5 in the.
Oh,
In the
Yeah,
village.
we couldn't see what that was. We knew it was present, but we didn't know how good it wasn't. Oh god.
yeah.
Oh, it was terrible.
Whoa, Kraken 2 just got bracked on Wildham's
Wow.
side.
Whoa.
Hey, 6%. There you go.
And DVS actually just lost their black belt to a Bane from carry 2. Luckily, they were able to keep their white mage and their red mage up.
Wow, this was a close race.
Yeah. So how'd you like that level 1 white magic?
Oh yeah, it was wonderful. That's why I was super happy with my I felt vindicated, and then the level 2 temper just kind of added on to my strategy. I was like, with this I can make any sword work, except apparently a
Yeah.
cat claw too.
I ran in as soon as I saw the white magic re-rolled into fighter double white red from a fighter double red black.
Yeah, I mean that's a better party than what I had, because my black mage, I mean, the only thing that egg brought to the party was the ability to equip that black 5 shirt, which I think was the only dud item that I found. I was able to skip waterfall ordeals and mermaid side.
Yeah, I actually got sidetracked with waterfall and ordeal. So
Yeah, I got lucky and my gambles paid out and didn't have to do any of that mess. So
Also, Wildham is now on their chaos fight as well. They actually do have the white shirt with them, so that does help.
yeah, that would have been nice.
yeah, it would have been nice. It looks like he's also swinging a massa. Where was that at?
Volcano, the 5 chest room Agama floor.
I never check that, and it's always got something good in it.
Yeah, it usually does. I go moded volcanoes the last play. Well, second to last place I went since Waterfall didn't have the Oxyale.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Ragnarok, did you think about swinging the Thor hammer, since it technically is the best hammer in the game?
I actually had it swinging on the white mage for a few turns, but not during the Fade fights. Fade is a little bit more damage dealing than a.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the damage is different, but I do know that I can handle it. And Wildham is on Chaos, as is DVS.
Nice. Pretty
And
close.
And there goes Chaos on Wildham side. GG's Wildham.
GG.
DVS will finish up real quick, having a over level 32 black belt.
Yeah.
This is not going to take long.
No, black belt will destroy the Stouffer, provided it survives all the instant kills.
I mean, white mage, red mage, you got life too.
Yeah, I feel like once you get past the ambushing thunder Medusas on Earth, you're golden until you hit Kraken.
Did I even see thunder off the Medusas? Maybe one. I don't even remember.
My first dive, I caught like 8 of them, and they ambushed me.
Ouch.
I made it though, and still wiped. But
going for some quad X strats, misses. Fire 2 coming out from Chaos. Let's see, punch. 11 hits, 400 and change damage. Nuke coming out. I think we need to throw some tempers on, but let's see. Another punch coming out. 13 hits, 400 and change damage. Ice 3 coming out from that red mage. Ice 3 coming out from that black mage, 54. Ice 3 coming out from that red mage, 42. Punching again, 13 hits, over 400, and DVS has terminated chaos as well. So GG to them as well.
GG DVS.
nice. GG. Let's get these guys in here.
Did anybody find a grind tile other than the worms in the loot room?
I never looked.
Yes, there was a grind tile. Technically an overworld encounter. Power cycle in front of Sky was a T-Rex.
Oh. Yeah, I opted to do the worms real fast because I didn't have all my peoples over 400 for that nuke.
GG's to the pair of you.
GG Davis and Wildham.
GG's.
guys.
I have to say, questions we've asked everybody else. What did you think of that Topher, and what did you think about the seed as a whole?
Wildham, I'll let you go first, man. You finished before I did.
Beside the mids, I mean,
What was that?
Well, I mean, I'm actually the seed wasn't horrible. I mean, it was kind of rough going down into what was it? Oh, like an early Earth dive to pick up the cube. Overall, I didn't think it was that bad. I just think I had a couple accidental button pushes here and there that I think really made the difference between at least third place. So.
Yeah, I mean, Davis, this is your first restreamed race, right?
Yeah. This is my first
That's
one.
awesome, man. That's awesome. So like the benefits of like the restream races, because like you're relatively new to the community, like you get to watch this back and listen to the commentary and see what everybody else did. That like as you race more restream races, like you'll see your time start melting. Because like for being as new into the community as you are and like putting up the times that you're doing, I mean, it's gonna be exciting to watch you go in the Duck Derby in a couple weeks.
I appreciate that. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, kind of looking at that, like looking at this past race, like it felt good, and then like I felt like I was making a lot of headway, and I was like, oh, Caleb finished, oh, dang. And then Ragnarok shortly after, and I was like, like, yeah, I'm kind of excited to look at the restream footage just to find out, like, okay, did you do something substantially differently, or like I said, like I accidentally soft reset a couple times that put me back a few minutes. I made a decision to grind a certain way that ended up costing me an extra couple minutes of travel, and all those tiny little things added up.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of excited to see what you did, what Ragnarok did, what Wildham did.
I do have to say, you were the only one that actually found something easily to grind on that one.
Yeah, I actually stumbled upon that by surprise. I think I ended up pushing a wrong button or something, or just meant to burn an encounter before going back into Mirage. It turns out that the first encounter right next to Mirage is a T-Rex after a hard reset. So ended up grinding that to get my black belt around like 32. And then I just ran through the whole rest of the seed. Like I didn't even hit a speed bump in Topher.
Yeah. I did.
Funny. I did a few power cycles right in front of Mirage, and I just reset before even seeing the enemy. That's how bad I am.
Oh, did I do the same thing? I feel like Davis, when you watch this seed back, my run is best personified as a shopping cart full of tin cans just going down some steps. Like it's gonna, it's building speed, but we're duct tape, hopes and dreams holding this thing together. I didn't open any boxes really. Like just is like I'm gonna try to make this work on vendor gear.
Yeah,
Catfall. That's the sums it up.
Yeah, but this was a lot of fun. It was for sale in Gaia.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't even look. They stopped your stream on 51 boxes opened, and DVS had 72 boxes. I had 120 or 100, somewhere along in there.
Yeah,
I like doubled you guys.
And that's like with the after resetting and going back to dwarves to just look for something, and I've opened those 8 boxes. So I guess I had 44 chests open before on my first dive, which is crazy. This would have totally been a black belt seed, but
I mean, like it was one of those moments where I had one ribbon. I bought some silver bracelets.
yeah,
And I had that thing in the back of my head that was like, okay, I need at least like one more ribbon or end game weapon or something. And after opening a couple chests, I realized, hey, level 32 black belt. You don't need ribbons. You don't need weapons. You just, fast and punch, and that's going to get you through the rest of the game.
Yeah, I had the one free ribbon from Matoya, and that was it.
Yeah, that's all I got too. And I was checking boxes just mostly to find something better than a Dragon 5, which I was about to carry down there.
Dude, that would have been better than what I had. Dragon 5 is pretty good. It's got like 20 crit. Pretty good.
Yeah.
What
I had found that sun sword. That's what I was gonna wield.
comps
Flame
did you
2.
run?
What's that?
What comps did you guys run? Because I ran a black belt with rainbow.
I did fight a rainbow.
I originally started with a red black and then re-rolled it to white red. I saw fade and light too.
That early fade was nice. Like the black belt, the black mage magic wasn't great, but getting the early fade and life 2.
Yeah. I mean, fast temper and ice 3 in the first 3 levels. This is pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
you're not always going to get nuke in the first 4 levels. So, like, the red mage would have been more valuable than a black mage, but like that level 2 magic was so stocked between white and black. Yeah, but this was a lot of fun. I just want to thank Dangwoo for restream and Dwight and Mages for doing the comms and Jay Scheidel for jumping on tracking for us. This whole tournament's been a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to the Duck Derby and co-op coming up.
Absolutely, feel the same way. So like, even again, just to like race against guys who've been here for a very long time, like games that I saw months ago, being able to race against you guys, and yeah, it was awesome. Thank you.
And yes, thank you. Also to looks like Randomania 2 for hosting us as well. Thank you, Dangwood, for the restream. Mages and Dwight for the comms. Jay Scheidel for tracking. Big shout outs to everybody running the race. It's a great race. Give everybody a follow. And join us on Discord.
Yeah, the Discord link just has the Randomania, the Randomania Discord in that one. So if someone could drop a link in chat for everybody.
You could also just go to the website FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. There's a link to the Discord there too for the folks watching this on YouTube in a little bit.
I also put the link on Rando 2 as well.
I have to say this was a good race to watch. It was an interesting one to watch all of your different decisions, and I really can't think of anything else that you all haven't brought up spoke on that one.
Yeah, it truly was really awesome to watch the different party compositions, the different strategies work out. Everybody got a really great time. 131 is just even a great time on these flags. It's just been, this whole event has been awesome. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, big shout out to Silverfire for organizing this and like coming up with the flags and stuff. Like, big shout out to them.
Yes, or we're gonna take it home.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Can you?
No, and on behalf of everybody at the Final Fantasy Randomizer community, our runners, GG's everybody, and have a good night.